Hey guys, it's Jess from the future, and I just wanted to say that before you listen to this, we do not want you to talk to Meat Loaf. Do not contact Meat Loaf. We don't want any of that. We kind of want this to end, but this is just for context.
Disclaimer, don't
bother,
Meatloaf.
don't harass, don't talk to him. We really want this to end, and I feel like the more we kind of draw attention to it, but this is mostly just for context.
This is for your guys' sake. We do not want you to talk to Meatloaf.
We do not want reprisals. We don't want anything else.
Yeah, please, and enjoy the episode.
Yes, have fun.
I thought I heard the old man say, "Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Tomorrow you will get your pay, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is long and the winds are..."
Hello and welcome to Musicals with Meat Loaf.
Do you remember our Rocky Horror Picture Show episode where I defended Meat Loaf?
Yes.
I was like, man, I think he does this song really well. I like his singing.
I remember that. Yeah, that was a long time ago, but
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend rewatching that episode, but but I did defend Meat Loaf in it. And here I am being bullied by Meat Loaf.
all right. So, for context, Andrew, people on our Twitter have probably saw the vague tweet of me being like, yo, on this Friday, which was May 14th, Hey Ductor, which is you on Twitter, has been bullied by Meat Loaf. Yes, that Meat Loaf. And we applied a few screenshots of the funnier moments and not really of the full scope of it. And people are like, we kind of need context, which is fair. And then on Saturday, it grew into more. But let's just start from the beginning, Andrew. Tell us what happened.
Sure. Could you voice Meat Loaf for me?
If you can give me the shit I need to read, I can.
Here. So Meat Loaf is on Facebook, and he has his official page where he, sometimes posts and things. He has been kind of on a QAnon spree, if that's the proper term.
A spree is a good wording. Yes.
So yesterday he posted.
Should I just read it?
Don't read this whole thing, but he posted a very, very long post. Jess, why don't you just read the start of it, and we'll get the gist.
I gotta figure out my Meat Loaf voice. 126 ex-admirals warn the U.S. in deep peril. The replies are funny. I only posted what the generals wrote. I want to be with the generals. One. More than 120 retired generals and admirals from the United Armed Forces warned in a letter this week that the U.S. was entering a state of deep peril under the current leadership. The letter, which came from a group called Flag Officers Number 4 America, said the country was in a fight for survival as a constitutional republic against Marxist forces that seek to destroy Americans' rights. Number 2, the current administration... I wanted the part where it said the current administration had launched a full-blown assault on our constitutional rights in a dictatorial manner, bypassing the Congress with more than 50 executive orders quickly signed, many reversing the previous administration's effective policies and regulations. That letter states, isn't that exactly what Trump did when he got elected, and exactly what Obama did? This is just what presidents do when they come in.
Yeah. No. This time it's Marxist forces seeking to destroy America.
Oh God.
Okay, so
you get a vibe of what the post was.
I see that post, and I'm a bit of a troll. I'll be real. I wanted to comment on it.
He comments much more on Facebook than he does on Twitter because he loves messing with right-wing people.
That's true, and there's not as many on Twitter as there is on. Well, there's a lot.
It's a different brand on Twitter. Let's just say that it's a different brand of right-wing.
Should I read my comment? Is it funny enough that it's worth reading?
Honestly, I think it's important that you read it because, I think it was dumb of you to write this, honestly. I personally think this is a really dumb thing that you wrote, but you kind of need to.
It is, but I think it's very funny,
I think
personally.
For people that don't believe it's a joke, it does come across as a threat. I do not back you for saying it, but I will back you in his response as idiotic.
Jess thinks that this comes across as a threat.
I mean, I kind of get where people are coming from. You threaten Meat Loaf.
Okay.
All right.
Sure. Well, you guys let me know. I'll read it as a threat then.
Yeah,
I'll
read it
directly as a threat.
Yes.
This is how I meant it to be read, obviously. Hello, I'm the Grand General and King of the Antifa Private Military Police. I have been in close consort with the CEO of Marxism, and we have both decided the invasion date will be on July 4th. We, along with Joe Biden, will be coming for your meat and freedom, as written in the Communist Manifesto.
I think it was dumb of you to write that, because a lot of people will just see the extremist words and be like, oh, he's a terrorist.
Apparently.
You can see, I can see that being it, and I can see that getting you into actual trouble, is my point.
Okay. I don't think that could ever get me into actual trouble because...
Maybe I'm just alarmist, but that is my reaction. But all right, let's keep going.
I think you are very alarmist.
And then someone replied, "Are you armed?"
No. Someone replied, "Come armed, heavily armed."
That's an actual threat.
And then I comment again, I can confirm all the Marxist presents will have at least one arm and two legs.
One arm? Yeah, dumb thing to say, but it's Meat Loaf and you're trolling. I get it.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone is going to agree with you that this comes across as a threat, but okay.
I'm saying it is not out of the realm of reality. I would have thought against it. But everything from this point forward, I agree
Jess
with
is a
you
coward. Jess is a coward and doesn't like jokes, but okay.
Yes, I will accept that branding. All right, from this point on, I am completely on your side.
Are you sure? Because I go ahead and I make a post about the Meat Loaf saga and complain that it had come to an end too soon. He made a post saying that he was taking the post down. Actually, do you want to read this again?
Yes, send it to me. I want to be Meat Loaf. I will portray Meat Loaf in this event.
Sure. He edited the original post and changed it to this, and then eventually took it down.
Okay, this is the edit of the post. This post is coming down. I thought Biden was going to bring unity! All in caps. Jan 6 was bad. I ask you, do you all agree with riots, burning, and looting that happened all summer? Cost over $6 billion in damage, and a lot in black-owned business districts. The 14 black children killed this summer by black drive-by. Is he JonTron talking about black-on-black crime?
Oh God, yes he is. He actually is. Oh my God.
What do you that disagreed with my post believe? What is the real truth? You could only agree with the mainline press. I watch NBC News, ABC News, MSNBC, CNN, and Fox News. How many of you really want to know the truth? If you do, you need all the facts, not just half-truths and outright lies. Learn the truth and be prepared. I like that he just starts capitalizing in the middle of sentences sometimes.
Yeah. If you ever are curious about what politics on Facebook looks like, that's it right there.
Holy
but
shit.
So I screenshot both of those posts, the original and the edit, and then my very silly comment chain, and I make a post about how the Meat Loaf saga has tragically come to a close. And then probably like
a few hours. It's a bit while.
It's like a few hours later, he comments on
your personal Facebook page.
On my personal Facebook page, on a post about my recently released single for my band Thanks. We covered Lever Johnny, the sea shanty.
It's a good music video. I liked it a lot. Just by promo.
It's a lot of fun. Sure. But we posted that, and I have that because that was on Wednesday, so that was on my wall very recently. Meat Loaf comments underneath it.
That's music?
Question mark? Just directly insulting me. And then deletes it.
Yeah, he
very quickly deletes it.
I feel like, okay, and you sent this to me, like this happened. I'm like, he probably just thought better of it. You know, I'm a celebrity. I probably shouldn't be messing around with just randos on the internet. It's a bad look, and it kind of draws a lot of attention to them. I gave him the benefit of the doubt that he had like a moment of weakness of like, oh yeah, that's probably a cheap shot. But
oh yes, Then he goes to the Meat Loaf saga post that I made, and he decides he's going to comment on that one. And he makes one of the most bizarre comments I've ever seen, where, okay, sorry, people don't follow my Facebook, so I post a lot of very dumb things on Facebook. I made a post on
You also put
May
this on
4th.
Twitter, I think you did.
I didn't put this one on Twitter.
Okay.
But I made a post on May 4th, Star Wars Day, where I did just a dumb joke about,
The fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate.
yeah,
hate
fear leads to
suffering.
anger. I did it as like an infinite loop, like anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering, suffering leads to fear, fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, etc., etc., etc. Jess, do you want to just read what Meat Loaf wrote about?
Of course I do. So, this is on
Actually-
your post, and this was the first one, and I think you're gonna have to send me one with like the full one.
Yeah, I'll get it for you.
So I'll start it off. He comments, "So what is your truth? Is it in your music? Do you believe in anything? You wrote on my FB a threat to me and my family. It has been reported to the authorities. You are so brave, right? You are a coward, fool. You take me on. That is a joke. What you wrote. Anger." I gotta read this whole thing. "Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Suffering leads to fear. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to fear. Fear leads to suffering. Suffering leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. You write hate."
It's just Meat Loaf. I was like, what is this Meat Loaf?
Meat Loaf, what are you doing, my friend?
What are you doing? Meat Loaf, you're like, how old is Meat Loaf?
At least 60.
Dude.
He has to.
You have like successful career and like, what the fuck are you doing on my Facebook wall?
That is the thing about this. Like we're big in our small community of some people know us and like, oh, those guys. We are not known in like big circles.
Yeah, so
We're idiots on the internet, and you were just a guy that commented on Facebook.
So then he deletes that comment.
Yes, he does.
And makes a new one. And this one,
Well,
I
you
think I did
should
post on
reply
Twitter.
your response. That's important.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this was very quick, and he never actually said anything about it. But I replied to that. "I, king of Antifa, will indeed take you up on this challenge. My status is a joke. I write only in love." That's it.
I will admit I don't even know what the fuck that means.
I don't know what his post meant.
Fair.
I thought he was challenging me to tell him that my status was a joke.
And then
I
at
don't
this
know.
point, okay, this is the point where I make the initial musicals with cheese post where it's like, it's obvious he doesn't get Phantom Menace jokes.
Yeah. Okay. And then he deletes that post
Yes.
and makes a new comment on the same post.
Let's go.
And this one,
All right. Here we go. And you've posted this one on Twitter because it's hilarious.
Yes.
He says, "We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America." Notice he doesn't. Someone on Twitter pointed out that he doesn't go beyond the part that is sung in Schoolhouse Rock. So it's my headcanon that he only knows that part because of Schoolhouse Rock.
I scrolled down in his Facebook, and there's a post where he says that he studied constitutional law, and I'm wondering if he studied at the Schoolhouse Rock.
Oh, I hope we don't get Streisand affected to death right now.
For what? I don't know.
All right, keep reading. Let's go.
Sure.
What's next? What happened after he posted just the Constitution, the preamble?
Oh, he deleted the preamble to the Constitution because
He hates America.
I don't know why he deleted it. Honestly, it's gone forever now. Though we'll never get it back. Goodbye, Constitution.
Meat Loaf destroyed the Constitution.
Meat Loaf deleted it. Then very quickly he posts this really short blurb. One of my favorites.
On your Facebook, and this was the other one that you put on Twitter, where he's and this. What is this in response to? I never got that. Was this your thanks video?
No, he just posted this on the same exact post.
All right. Another fat artist. Much easier today. Okay.
Yep. So he's just like, yeah, you're fat.
Like he went from insane to worse insane to the Constitution to just, you're fat. And the thing is, you're not really that fat. You're just kind of a shorter guy and stopped here because of that. I think, like, if we put you guys on a scale, he definitely weighs more even at his fittest.
Oh my god. I'm not gonna insult Meat Loaf on his weight. I don't care.
Yeah, that would be
good
down
for
to him.
Meat Loaf.
I hear he lost a lot of
very
weight.
Successful.
I hear he's doing good. But I don't like the fact that he's outright, like, up to this point, you're just kind of trolling each other. This is an outright attack on you as a human being, and that hurts. And I think that's some shit. Honestly, this pissed me off.
He kind of opened with that too, though, by saying that my music wasn't music.
I mean, that could just be a taste thing. Like that, like we say things on our podcast, and we'd be hypocrites to like be like, oh, someone else can't say that about our stuff.
Yeah. All right. So then I make a jokey post. I say I made the same post on Twitter. I said Meat Loaf has given my music a glowing endorsement. He goes so far as to call me an artist. And it's just his
and you
another fat
screenshotted
artist.
the fat artist.
Yeah, because I mean that's hilarious. I'm getting called a fat artist by Meat Loaf.
And then this was my big mistake. Because we assume like, hey, it's done. We had our fun. That was a funny thing that happened, and we can move on with our dumb musical theater podcast, right?
Yeah.
But I comment because I wanted to stay out of this, but I wanted like a little twinge of it. So I quote Mr. Loaf himself, and I say, "That's music?" question mark. Which I thought was really funny.
Yeah, well, Meat Loaf didn't think it was funny.
Meat Loaf did not think it was funny at all, and that now suddenly I'm involved in this. I have put myself in front of the meat. Yeah, and I guess if I can't handle the meat, don't insult the loaf.
Yeah. So Jess, I guess you get to voice the comment in response to your comment.
I get to insult myself as Meat Loaf. All right.
This comment is a little bit spooky for me because he actually kind of went into
he
my
doxed
Facebook.
you a bit, and I think this is where it's like, this is crossing a line a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care.
I think you should
about
privatize your
what he said
Facebook, which
here.
is another thing that I think you should just do.
Eh.
This has been edited, by the way. I'm not sure if you ever caught the original version, but this is edited. And also, he does say my name in it, but he spells it incorrectly. I just want you all to know that.
The joke is that he spells it incorrectly, but he opens this by saying that we spelled his name wrong.
Yeah, I know. That's the joke. It's very important. So here's his response to me asking if Thanks is music, which is Andrew's band. Meat Loaf is spelt with 2 words, but I guess you and your friends love being idiots. I mean, he's got us there. You can insult me. It's okay because I have had a very successful life and career. Did you ever?
I just want to throw out there, I never insulted him in this entire thing. I've said everything. I mocked him for his political opinions. I have not insulted him.
You never said anything about his art. You never said you've never fat shamed him. You were basically just like, man, it's crazy what you believe. And he's like, you fat piece of shit. Your music sucks and your mom dresses you funny.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. You can insult me. It's okay because I've had a very successful life and career. Did you get fired from Best Buy? Okay. And then he switches to me. Oh yes, Jesse. I have sold over 100 million records. Those people like my music and thinks it's pretty good music. I think he's missing the joke that I was referring to your music.
I don't know, dude.
Did you do what you loved in life? Oh, Wolfie here is so insecure he has to make himself feel more important by attacking others. A very sad man. I am so sorry your life is a failure. Is that me or you?
I don't, probably you,
both of us.
It's still referring to you, right?
Well, no, he changed it. He calls you a very.
He calls me a very sad man, but he's still talking to you.
It's so weird.
Grammatically, it's a little odd.
This is like, yeah, there's random capitalizations all over the fucking place. You wanted so much more, but fear held you back. You could never commit because of fear. I gave everything to my career, and it turned out pretty good. And it's not over 4 major back surgeries just put it on hold, as did COVID. Oh yes, a single I put out in 1978, Paradise by the Dashboard Light, went gold in 2018 and platinum in 2019, and will be double platinum in 2021. What has your music done again, Wolfie? So see, that's him referring to you again. So your failures just keep making yourself happy by being a moron. Whatever floats your boat. Love you, Meat. P.S. I have also been in over 80 films. What have you done? Write me and remind me. I know. Best Buy. What else? Okay, I think he's not referring to me outside of I've done a million records. What else? Like this is all in response to me, but he's just talking to you.
I just can't fucking believe that this is real.
So as of like 5 o'clock on the 15th of May, that is where the Meat Loaf saga ends.
I'm not going to egg him on anymore. I honestly, I didn't even egg him on beyond the first comment, really. So I don't know.
I do want to look at some
though.
of the responses to this, because when Meat Loaf replies to someone, that someone being me, it draws a lot of his people.
Yeah.
And then you replied to him. You did reply to him.
I did reply to him. I just said, thank you for the kind words, Meat Loaf.
I love the big middle finger of still not writing us 2 words. Like, that was your little middle finger to that.
By the way, I was not fired from Best Buy. I've never been fired from a job.
Holy shit. All right. I didn't ask to be involved in this. This is just really funny. Probably one of the funniest things, and this will probably be the only thing worth of note we'll ever do in our entire lives. As sad as that is.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, let's take a look at some of the comments.
no, we're not gonna. Don't say any names.
I won't say any names.
These are anons.
The first one I really want to talk about is a woman. I feel like it's important to put that voice on it, but that's all we'll say is, who the hell is DeWolf anyway? He looks like an ass. Don't let what he says get to you. Haters gonna hate. You're in a different class with way more class.
Yeah.
I think I like this person. There's a lady that has a pretty measured, reasonable response. I'm noticing all these are women mostly. Like, it leans female.
Yeah.
That's the Meat Loaf crowd, I guess. And this lady says, "You really don't need to prove anything. The success speaks for itself. Don't let people like this take up time and energy. They feed off it. Let them fade away. I doubt any of us in New Zealand have heard of this person. I certainly haven't, but we have heard of you. You have plenty of reason to be secure in yourself. Your mother would be so proud."
Jeez, I don't even think I see that one. Maybe they blocked me.
Maybe that would actually make sense.
No, they're down there. Never mind. I found it.
And then the final one is just, sure, Meat Log. Now go. Let's get you to bed.
Let's get you to bed. That's one of my friends. Not one of my friends. One of my friends sent this person. I know that.
Yeah, one of your friends. I'm gonna read. Can I say his name?
Yeah, it's
first
Ian.
name.
Yeah, Ian is one of my friends. He used to sing in a metal band I was in a long time ago.
He jumps onto this. Much more spine than I had, because I'm like, I'm just gonna stay back. I'm gonna stay back and watch. I do say Ian is more of a man than me. He says, imagine being such a snowflake that you feel the need to brag about your album sales to a random that's a fraction of your age. You used to have a successful life and career, but now you spend your time defending your honor against people you've never met. Also, your band is called Meat Loaf. LOL. Oh. The thing is, you did get ratioed here. You got ratioed pretty hard.
He has... Dude, Meat Loaf has 1.1 million followers on Facebook. I have 300 friends.
I'm sorry.
This is like if some huge Twitter account just commented on like someone with one follower and was like, "Get ratioed."
You're fat. You are fat. So I don't know what to say about this. Maybe we'll update it if more things happen.
I'm really, honestly, at this point, I'm kind of hoping no more things happen.
Really, I think this is our fun little moment.
At this point, it's been fun, but like I don't want to have to deal with angry Meat Loaf fans for
the rest of your life.
Rest of time.
The thing is, I mean, let's break it down. You didn't say anything really that intense.
I know you say it's a threat, but come on, man. What I said is so absurdly over the top. If you can't see that is a joke, then you have a screw loose. I mean, that's all I can say.
The thing is, a lot of folks on the older side, and I know he's been through a lot. He lived through the 60s and 70s. He's probably done a lot of drugs and all that. And he probably, the sense of reality is probably not as secure as it is for like young folks like you and I. So when people, and also they didn't always live with the internet where sarcasm comes through a lot clearer for folks like you and I than it does for older folk.
Sure. I called myself the king of Antifa.
Yeah, they probably think there's a king of Antifa. I don't know how to explain right-wingers to you, but they're a bit crazy.
Yeah. All right. I mean, that's the Meat Loaf saga. I don't really have much more to say on that. I thought it was very funny. I probably won't make any more posts about it, though, unless he does something more ridiculous. Which I kind of hope he doesn't.
I really don't think, but I really don't want this to kind of become a thing. I don't want to become Streisand affected, like no one gives a shit about our podcast and you're just the guy that fought Meat Loaf, the guy that took on Meat Loaf, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, yeah. Though, I don't know if I'd be unhappy being the guy who took on Meat Loaf.
I mean, I'd rather you be like the co-host of Musicals with Cheese, not the guy that got doxxed by Meat Loaf and then got swatted and killed, you know.
Sure, but...
Like where he's like, oh, he lives in X place, and I bet y'all could figure it out through a phone book, and then there you go.
I don't have a phone.
I'm just telling you. The internet's a fuck
Jess
place.
Jess is such a coward, my God.
I'm not a coward. I worry about you.
Jess is on one hand saying that these people can't understand sarcasm, and on the other hand saying that they're going to dox me.
I'm saying that they don't quite understand how the laws of the internet work, so they think it's fucking... like the cowboy rules and whoever does whatever. I think both things can be true.
All right, fellas, let us know what you think of the Meat Loaf saga.
Yes, let us know what you think of the Meat Loaf saga. I'm sorry there's no Make Me a Musical this week, but I think more people want answers for this right now.
To be honest, I think it's pretty funny.
I think it's hilarious. I don't want it to go any further than this.
If you don't think it's funny, message Meat Loaf, tell him that he needs to be funnier. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Meat Loaf needs to tell better jokes.
Meat Loaf, come on, man. That's the best you could have done? That wasn't even that funny.
Not a single joke was told. He just said, you're fat. At least what you said was mostly funny. Shit, what I said was more funny than anything that he said. The two words were said.
What he said.
Yes. I mean, okay, that's the closest thing to funny. He said was, that's music. That is a great response to anyone posting anything.
My imagined response is that he posted that, and then he listened to it, and then he deleted it.
Can you do me a favor? I know you guys are working on your EP right now. When you release it, can you please put a blurb on there that says that's music, Meat Loaf? Like, please do that. Please do this.
I don't know. I feel like another fat artist might be something we put
encroaching
on the poster,
How did the rest of your band react to the situation? Just out of curiosity.
Apparently, our lead singer stopped working for a little while because he couldn't stop laughing.
Grill is great.
Yeah. This has all been a huge advertisement for my single, Leave Her Johnny.
Yes,
go
check it out. Check it out. Highly recommended. Thanks. This might be the best way to get promo for your album. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, my album is Meat Loaf approved.
Meat Loaf approved. That's music.
He says that's music, and he says that I am another fat artist.
Yeah.
He's even hopeful for us. He says it should be easier for us today. So
yeah. If you want, when this posts, I'm gonna ask Andrew to post the screenshots if he could, just so that people who want to reference and read along, just to prove that we weren't making this shit up or taking him out of context. That's, I think, is slightly important.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure we didn't take anything out of. You read everything word for word.
Yes,
so.
but they could easily be like, well, they're just making shit up. I don't see it.
True. We did take screenshots of all of it because honestly,
it was
so
funny.
surreal. I needed to make sure that it didn't go away. All right.
We'll see you next time,
guys have an excellent day.
Have a great one.
I don't know when this is dropping, but either have a good week or have a good weekend.
Make
whatever.
it a good week. Don't comment on Meat Loaf stuff, please.
The voyage is long and the winds don't blow. And it's time for us to